So now we have our combined report. Later on, you finish all your final project parts and you combine the 10 reports together, you will get the same thing. And we're going to do so now we're going to do this one. We finish our lab 13 with the sense measure together, and then we do the indirect cost. So So we're starting this one is clicking here in the home page here. You click the total. If you click the total, you will see. Now we can put this one side by side. If you click the total, you will see the same window showing here. You have your lab, you have your material, you have your subcontract, you have your equipment, and you have others, right? And this is your amount, and this is your total.
Are you recording this part? Yeah.
And then we click here, we're going to S1 inside of S-on, okay? So you highlight over here, and right click it, and you will see inside S-on. And when you going to see the inside S-on, it will asking you pick out from different categories. Or you can click here to inside a subtotal, right? So we will, this is already a subtotal. So if you put in here and you try, you will see inside a subtotal. So we're doing here, we will inside the S-on. So we will inside our level boundaries. So inside S-on, you highlight this line here and inside S-on, and we're going to type in here. The same we want to do here is label. And we search. That's interesting. Does not have it here. Or if we cannot inside this S-on, and we can try this inside a one-time S-on. Okay, if we're inside a one-time S-on, and then we will get this one. So right-click this one, and inside a one-time S-on. And you can put the description here is label. BURDEA, right? And the category is category. A location, uncheck it, right? And here we check label because the calculation is based on the label. And the rate here we can see 30%. And this range choice is none, and then you click OK. And you will see you have this label boundary showing here. So the next one we will do is the sale tax. The sale tax is only charging to the equipment, right? So all the materials. So we can click this total again and right click it inside one-time S-on. And the description here we see the sales tax. And this time the category we pick up is materials because only materials will have this. What is tax rate here in Greensboro? 6.75, right? So you type in this one here. If your location is not in Greensboro, and then you type in your own location. So, and in this case, we need to pick up the allocate. So this is different to the label, and this sales tax we need to pick up the allocate, right? And the materials and the you do 6.75 percentages. And the others is none, and click OK. And you will see the sales tax is showing here. And the next one we're dealing with is the overhead or general conditions. So if you go back to see here, the next one we have is uh, overhead and joint connection. And before you do this, we need to insert a subtotal here. So insert a subtotal, and you change this one name to the subtotal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so if you forgot, you go back to see this example, and you will see here label, text, and the subtotal. And then the next line we do is overhead. We're going back to here to see the overhead. So the overhead is based on the total, I mean this subtotal, right? So you click here, inside one time its own, and type in this one is say the overhead. Overhead, and the cost bias here you will pick up is total, okay? And then the previous subtotal is showing up here, and the allocation uncheck it, and the range is none, and the overhead we see 8% is fine, okay? And then we click OK, and you will see overhead is showing here. And the next one we're doing is the bound. The bound is going to doing the same thing, okay? So right click this one, inside one time its own, and here go see the total and the previous subtotal. The previous subtotal is referred to the direct cost plus your cell tax and your labor boundary, right? And then here we put this one as the bounds. And insurance. So in this PowerPoint slide here, it does not show the ratios. If you want to see the ratios, you can go to your groups and your groups. Where is my groups? Okay, I switch to the student view. I switch to a student view. I go to announcement. I go to the announcements, and I click group here, and you will see. This is more detail. So the overhead is 8%, and the boundary and insurance is 2.5% to the previous subtotal. So here we put in here is 2.5 percentages for the previous subtotal, okay, bond and insurance, and you click OK. Now we have your bond and insurance here, and we click this line again, and right click one time its own, and then this time we will do is contingency. On the contingency, we have is total as well, previous total, and the 2 percentages. And click OK. Now we finish this one, and we're going to create a new subtotal. Create a new subtotal, okay? So if going back to see here, we have the overhead boundary and the contingency and the subtotal is showing here. And we type in the name here is subtotal. So the next one we're doing here is profit, right? So we switch here to the profit, and the profit you will do 6% of your current total. So we're going back to here, and right click this one, insert one time its own, and here we type in the profit. And the category we're going to here is total, and this time we pick up the current total, right? And 8 percentages. And the other thing is keep default, and say OK. Now you have this one, which is the same as this one. Then you click the save button, and we go to the reports, standard reports, and the preview, and then in the last page you will see you have those. You have your labor material subtotal overhead and insurance contingency, and you have a subtotal, your profit, and you have your total. Now you have your all indirect cost and the direct cost show in your lab report. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm going to stop this recording and upload this one to the Blackboard.